So the other day I was looking through my YouTube analytics and I noticed something really interesting, and I thought it'd be really fun to make a YouTube video about it. But essentially I took my click-through rate from 4.6% to 7% when comparing January of 2020 to January of 2021. So what's the change? What exactly do I think changed my click-through rate to go from 4.6% all the way up to 7%? I'm going to share exactly my tips and my advice on this and things that I have done in the past year on my YouTube channel to substantially increase my click-through rate and to see a way better click-through rate, if we're being really honest. So I'm excited to jump into all of that with you guys in this video, and let's go ahead and jump right into the tips. So before we dive into the tips, I just want to really briefly define what an impressions click-through rate is if you're not aware. So according to YouTube, a click-through rate is views per impressions shown. This measures how often viewers watched a video after seeing an impression. So an impression is when video or YouTube decides to basically serve your video to someone, and they're seeing the thumbnail, they're seeing the title, they're seeing the first sentence maybe of the description of your video. And it's whether or not someone decides to actually click on your video. So it's the percentage of people who decide to do that, who decide to click on your video versus the people that don't. So for example, when I say I have a 7% click-through rate, that means that about 7% of the people who were seen or served my videos decided to click on the video and watch it. So 7 out of every 100 impressions, every people who saw my video and had the opportunity to click on it, decided to click on it and wanted to learn more. And when I think about the things that I've changed in the past year on my YouTube channel, the things that I have done differently than I did before, there are really 3 main things that I think that have changed and that have led to this huge impact on my YouTube channel. And the first one might seem pretty obvious, but it's better thumbnails. To me, this is one of the biggest reasons why someone would click on your video, why someone would decide to click on yours versus other videos they see on their screen versus other videos they're being served. And if you have a really good thumbnail, people are going to click on it, and probably more people are going to click on it than if you have a really crappy thumbnail. And so making a thumbnail that makes you stand out from other people, that's different from other people, but also keeping in mind what works well on YouTube. So I know for me and my channel, and for a lot of channels on YouTube, having your face in the thumbnail, like smiling, making eye contact with the camera, generally works really well when we talk about YouTube thumbnails, whether or not someone's going to click on it, having a better thumbnail, all of that stuff. I mean, because really if we go back to my analytics and we really look at the last 365 days on my channel and what has happened, that really good increase in my click-through rate really happened around August, towards the end of August. And I would say one of the biggest things that I did, especially if you want to go to my channel, like go back, go look at the videos I made around August and see the changes that I was making. I was adding a little bit more color into my thumbnails, just a little bit that matched my branding, matched my aesthetic, but still just making sure I'm adding some color in. It makes it a little bit more enticing. I think it makes it pop just a little bit more. I was making the text bigger in my videos, making sure that people could actually read the text, making sure it wasn't in the top right or bottom right corners, because that typically is going to be covered up by YouTube with like the length of your video and then the little buttons in the top right hand corner. So you want to make sure you're avoiding having text on that because people can actually read it, not having too much text on the video, and making it just something that's really enticing, that makes people want to click on the video and that makes sense. That is not clickbait. Make sure you're not doing clickbait. I feel like I shouldn't have to say that in 2021. I feel like not many people are doing clickbait anymore because they know that it's not good. They know that it's very not helpful. But in case you didn't know that, clickbait is bad. But yeah, basically when we look at like the things that I was doing, I really did change the text. That was a huge part of it. I changed the colors. Another thing I started doing is when I had videos where I was talking about maybe a certain program or something like that, I added maybe some icons of that program. So for instance, if I'm talking about Instagram, I have the Instagram icon on my thumbnail so that people immediately know for sure, like this is what I'm talking about. I'm talking about this program, and they know instantly what it is and that they should probably click on my video because it's about what they want to know more about. And honestly, so going off of everything I've already said, there are 2 things that really helped me, like specifically when I'm sitting down and thinking, okay, like what exactly am I going to create in a thumbnail? What am I going to put in it? What am I going to do? Number one, I've paid attention to what had high click-through rates of thumbnails that I've had in the past. So I go to specific videos and I am looking at what are the videos that have done really well on my channel, what have had high click-through rates, and how can I replicate that in future videos. That's the first thing. The second thing is when I have a video topic that I know I'm going to want to do, what I will do is I will go on YouTube and I will search that topic and see what videos pop up, see what videos are getting lots of views, are doing really, really well. And for instance, let's say I want to create a video on how to start a YouTube channel, and I noticed that when I search that term, most of the videos that are doing well are someone holding up their camera, their YouTube camera, as if they're filming, and that's in their thumbnail, and those are the videos that are typically doing well. That kind of cues to me like that's probably like that idea of having the YouTube camera that you're filming with in the thumbnail works really well for that topic. And so this isn't to copy anyone. This isn't to, obviously you should not be directly copying, but it's just to get an idea of what's working and doing your research and then putting your own spin on it. So I would take that idea and say, okay, I want to make sure I'm incorporating, like holding my camera in my thumbnail and then adding my own spin on it, coming up with my own text to put on it, using my own colors, all of that fun stuff, and just making sure I'm not directly copying anybody, but just keeping the idea of like looking at what's working, and there's no need to what's that phrase? It's like rework what's already working really well, and you can use that as ideas and inspiration for your videos that are similar and probably see similar results. All right, so the next thing that I want to talk about here is something that I think really did help with my click-through rate is that I started building an audience, and that my YouTube channel has grown a lot in the past 6 months. And I would still classify myself as a smaller YouTuber. I wouldn't say that I have this huge audience on YouTube yet. However, I do think that I am starting to build people who are excited about watching my videos every week, people who want to click on my videos when they see another video, when they're served another video, and they're already familiar with me especially. And I think that really comes back to also helping really boost my click-through rate, because I really started niching down. I got specific with the people who I was targeting, the people that I wanted to speak to, and that was only helping my click-through rate, because when those people saw my videos and they already watched one and loved it and they saw another one of my videos, the chances of them clicking on that and watching it are way, way higher. And so my suspicion is that even though it might sound small, I do think that having those people who are starting to recognize me, recognize my name, follow along with me and loving my content is leading to higher click-through rates for me, because there's more people who are more excited about clicking my videos, especially when we're talking about like uploading new videos every week. Okay, so the next thing I want to talk about is the one thing that I think I did really well when I was pivoting my channel. I originally started my channel as more of a photography channel, so I was showing like behind the scenes at weddings or editing photos, things like that. And I really pivoted my channel over into social media content and like small business tips, content creation, things like that. And something that I think helps so much is that I created videos that people actually wanted to watch. Like if someone is searching for a topic and my video like is hitting exactly where they need help, they're way more likely to click on my video. And more specifically, something that I really honed in on in the past 6 months is creating videos on how to use Instagram Reels. It's a really new feature on Instagram, and because I talk a lot about Instagram, I love talking about Instagram and it's so fun, I really incorporated that into my YouTube strategy and the kind of videos I was making. And I did my research and saw that people were searching for tips and tricks on how to make Instagram Reels, how to make them better, and that there weren't a lot of people creating those videos yet. And so I was really able to jump in and to create videos on things that people were searching for, aka things that people actually wanted to watch. And instead of just guessing and doing videos that I thought were good, I was doing my research and making sure that I was creating videos that people would actually need help with, and that I could really a hole in the market that I could fill, right? Because there weren't a lot of people creating videos yet on Instagram Reels, and I was able to, especially like there's one video at this point has over 100,000 views, and it was all about how to add a still photo to Instagram Reels. And that was something that was being searched over and over and over again, and there weren't a lot of good tutorials on it out there. And so I was able to really fill that need in what was being searched on YouTube, and to really, really propel not only the growth of my channel in the past 6 months, but also I think that led to a higher click-through rate because there weren't that many options for people to click on if they were searching for how to add a still photo to Instagram. So if you're using something like TubeBuddy to help you research keywords, I absolutely love that program. We'll put a link in the description if you want to check it out. But I use that all the time to figure out, what are people loving, what are people searching for, what are people actually need help with. It doesn't matter if I think it's a good video topic. If nobody's searching for it and I don't have an audience for it yet, probably not going to do too well. So make sure that you are, using something like TubeBuddy to research your keywords, and also looking at your own YouTube analytics. What are people loving on your channel already? What are people already clicking on? What, again, going back to even think about all your thumbnails, but also video topics. You can look at what are your high click-through rates for different videos with different thumbnails, what were the topics, all of that stuff. Analyze all of that and use that information to, I cannot think of the word that I am trying to come up with here. But use that information to really help create your path going forward and help you to decide like what direction to go with in your channel and what videos to make, because it's only going to help you. It's basically like market research for your own channel, right? And data that you have on your own channel, and use that to your advantage in the future videos that you make. If you guys like this video, give this video a thumbs up and hit subscribe, because I upload new videos every Tuesday at noon Eastern Standard Time. I would love to have you hanging out around here and to be able just to pour into you more. Seriously, so grateful for you guys. I feel like I say this every single video, but it's completely true, and I completely mean it every single time. But I'm so grateful for every single one of you here. I've been chatting with you guys more in my DMs and stuff like that recently, and it's been seriously a blast. Seriously, so fun. So if there's any other kinds of videos you want me to make regarding or around the topic of social media, Instagram tips, Instagram marketing, content creation, anything like that, comment below and let me know what other videos you would want to see, because I literally take those requests to heart, and I have a whole list going of different videos you guys have requested. So feel free to comment below, or if you want to reach out to me privately, I answer all my DMs on Instagram. You can head over there and we can chat more, and I would love to help you guys in any way that I can. But for now, that's all, and I will see you guys in next week's video at Tuesday, noon Eastern Standard Time. Bye guys!